Hello, my gorgeous Geminis. This is Debs, and this is your reading for February 2023. Gemini, what I heard in meditation was playtime is over, it's time to get serious. Now, that can mean several things. It could mean, Gemini, that you're getting your head down at work. Maybe you've been not really putting in a lot of effort. You're thinking, okay, now is the time to get serious about my career. It could be that if playtime denotes that somebody might have indulged in a third party, it could mean that that connection is over, or this person is getting more serious about a third party. Okay, got to make a decision. Or someone is wanting to commit, no longer wanting to play the field. That's it. I've decided it's time to get serious and find my life partner. So whatever this is for you, Gemini, let's delve in and see what comes through. Using an angel oracles, as always, to connect through with source, and the deck is the Tarot of Dreams, Ciro Marchetti. Could mean several things, Gemini. Let's begin. Here we go. Archangel Michael, thank you for joining us. This is the reading for my Geminis, February 2023. February 2023 for my lovely Geminis. Thank you, Michael. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, people. All right. Okay. I'm hearing Archangel Uriel, Archangel Sandalphon, Archangel Azrael, Archangel Ariel. Ooh, okay. I'm hearing a conversation between two people. It's very difficult. There are two people standing in a kitchen, a woman and a guy. The woman is saying to the guy, I'm sorry, if you don't know what you want, if you can't make a decision, it's done, it's over with. I can't do this anymore. Somebody here may be giving another person an ultimatum. Yeah, she's saying to him, you sat on this for way too long. I'm not waiting anymore. You make a decision or it's done. Yeah, somebody's getting an ultimatum. Okay. Oh, Gem. Now, you could be the woman this guy is wanting to commit to. You could be the karmic partner who's angry about the third party. You could be the guy. I don't know. A lot of the times my readings are reversed, and you guys know that. I do read the comments. All right, here we go. Thank you, Michael. Oh, yeah, okay. I don't know why I'm seeing a group of guys in a tug of war competition. Neither group of guys is actually getting anywhere because both of them are as strong as the other team. We could be dealing with two very stubborn people. All right. Yeah. Okay, guys, here we go. Wow. Gemini, straight out with the Two of Cups. Beautiful. Someone in the mix is in love. They've met their other half. They've met their perfect person. Strong past life energy. All right. Five of Pentacles. Somebody feels left out in the cold from someone that they're in love with. Okay. I'm hearing someone say, it's totally my fault. I know, it's totally my fault. I let this go. I let this go. Somebody let go of someone they were in love with because they couldn't make a decision. So they just let it go. Whew, and I'm suddenly feeling really emotional. Somebody's definitely going through it. In the past, with the energy of the sun, Leo energy, there was a lot of happiness, growth, expansion. I'm hearing love and laughter and togetherness and affection. It was just fantastic. What happened? What happened? Okay, this person didn't make a decision. Instead, they decided to head out and check out other options as well. So someone met the perfect person. They fell in love. Gemini, this could be you. You could have met a Leo or a Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, or a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. But with the Seven of Cups, you didn't make a decision. Maybe you wanted to check this was definitely the right person for you. Oh, just date a few more people just to make sure. But in doing so, you pushed away the person that you realized was really for you. And there's huge regret. Now, Gemini, it could be switched, okay? This could be somebody thinking about you. They should have chosen you to begin with, not messed around with other people. All right, Gemini. I'm reading this as you. It could be switched, guys. So if this is you, Gem, you're very burdened. You're very stressed. You feel as if you can't get this person back from the past. And you're not quite sure what to do. You have realized you're in love with this person. You're not interested in dating casually anymore. You're not interested in anyone else. You don't know how to get this back together again. Goodness me, Four of Wands. Gemini, you're realizing you want to get serious with this person. You want to move in with them. You want to talk about getting engaged. You want to talk about starting a family. Whatever this is for you, you are absolutely, you know that this is your person. This is you absolutely certain. You just know it. What you're fearful of is that with the Eight of Swords, you stayed in your head for way too long. You didn't take action on this beautiful connection from the past. You let it slip through your fingers. Because you may not have felt totally ready to get serious. So Gem, if this is you, I'm not calling you out. You had every right to make sure this was the right person for you. But sadly, in not concentrating on this connection and dipping into other options, maybe just to make sure, this person walked away from you. They didn't just want to be an option. And now you realize that you want that person back. You're fearful with the Eight of Swords that you left it way too long. You couldn't make a decision. In the environment is the Ace of Cups. Whoever this person is, Gemini, they're in a new relationship with someone else. That's coming through very strongly. Sadly, I think they still have love for you. They may be open to reconciliation, but it could be that if they do reconcile with you, they have to let someone else go. So it's now a little bit more complicated than it was before. What you're hoping, Gemini, is simply to move into the energy of the Ten of Cups. It's what you're dreaming about. Wow. The outcome is the High Priestess. Now, this is Pisces energy. You could be wanting to reconcile with a Pisces, or you're trying to use your intuition, Gemini, as to how to manage the situation, how to bring this back around. Clarification for you, Magician. Perfect. Gemini, Scorpio, Virgo energy. You're trying to manifest your Ten of Cups with this person from the past. Ace of Wands. You're fired up. You're passionate. You really want this to take off. You want this to be successful. In your person's energy, Eight of Wands. Why am I getting anger? Why am I getting anger? Did you two have a set too? Did you push this person away? They got upset and they disconnected from you. You were busy dating other people. Yeah, King of Swords. Whoever this person was, Gemini, they felt that you might have said something harsh. The King of Swords is a bit of a harsh energy. I could be connecting with a masculine energy here. As in, Gemini, you are potentially masculine. The King of Swords is a very straight, blunt message. And it came in super fast. They might have thought you said something rude, Gemini, out of order, insulting. Yeah. So they moved on and they are dating someone else. But you realize, Gemini, that this was your person. Maybe what happened, Gemini, is you met this person, you had a great time, but you weren't ready to settle. So you played the field a little bit longer. You then decided to come back to this person, but this person was very upset that you kind of pushed them in the corner. I don't really know if I want to be with you. I'm going to date other people first. And this person felt insulted. Maybe because they knew they had a fair bit to bring to the table. They felt you didn't see their worth. They may have felt as if you picked them up, had a good time with them, and then chucked them away. And then you regretted it because you realized you fell in love with them. You missed them. 10 of Wands, you're highly stressed. You don't know what to do because this is your person. Gemini, if you did try to go back to this person in the past and they said to you, I'm sorry, in basic terms, I'm not interested, out of a little bit of ego and maybe disappointment, you may have fired back a message, which might have been a bit unpleasant. Okay, fine, no problem for me. Have a great life. A bit sarcastic, something like that. And on top of this person feeling a bit heartbroken because they felt used as an option, with this rather unpleasant, very straight message coming through from you, they might have felt, oh, hell no, I'm never going back to that person ever. And you regret what you said, you regret what you did. Oh, this is really difficult. Gemini, underneath the deck, tree of life. Okay. So Gemini, I feel as if you dated lots of people and you've come back round to want to be with a person that you met in the past. You could have felt as if you've been through a lot in the last few months, the last few years. Judgment. You could have been in a complicated situation with a Sagittarius, or you simply have decided that it's time to get serious. Page of Swords. The problem that you've got now, Gemini, is having sent a bit of a straight, maybe angry message to this person, they put you in the friend zone. Page of Coins. They might have acted as if, yeah, we can catch up, we can be friends, but yeah, there's no way I'm getting back together with you as, say, a potential boyfriend. Because you treated me like an option and then you were quite rude. Yeah, no, not the sort of person I'm looking for. And you may have realized that. So this is tough because not only maybe did you insult this person, but you broke their heart and then you were not pleasant about it. And this person has now put you in the friend zone. Queen of Cups under the deck. So this could be the person that you want to be with, Gemini, or you could be a feminine sat in your Queen of Cups energy. You take it as it resonates. But this is tricky, Gem. This is not easy. You're trying to manifest a serious connection with this person when you may be, in the nicest sense, Gem, being given the impression that they really don't want much to do with you. So, a tricky situation. Okay, people. We will see where this takes us, won't we? So, Gemini, here we have you, sat in the Five of Pentacles and the Two of Cups. You fell in love with this person that I think you had a dalliance with in the past, you had a fling with in the past. They have moved on. And this is you really missing them. This is you thinking, oh my goodness, this was my person. And I treated them like I'm hearing a one-night stand. That was really not a good idea. So this is you wanting this person back in your life. In the past, Gemini, you were incredibly happy. I mean, this is you sitting in a place of bliss, getting on with this person, having fun, maybe out in the sunshine whenever you met. Could have been somebody at a bit of a distance, could have been a Leo. But this is you just remembering being incredibly happy. But for whatever reason, Gemini, you didn't take hold of this energy and push it forward into a relationship. You decided to check out other options. Seven of Cups. I'm just going to kind of see who else is out there. I'm not really ready to commit. The problem was, I don't think you found anyone else that was as perfect for you as this person was. But because you disregarded them, because you sat in your head, this person disconnected. Stay. With the Ten of Wands, this is you now very burdened. You don't know what to do. The only thing you can do, Gemini, which I think is what you're planning on doing, is being totally vulnerable. I was really stressed. I had a lot going on in my life. I didn't know if I was ready to commit. You lived at a distance, whatever this is, the sun can be travel. I'm stressed because I realize that you're the one. Now we've got the Four of Wands and the Ace of Cups, which is pretty heavy energy, Gem. Pretty lovely, quite beautiful energy. So Archangel Michael, when do we have that energy coming into play for my Geminis? Thank you, Michael. Soon. I'm hearing the 3rd and 4th of March, 12th of March, 18th of March, 1st of April, 1st of April. Okay, Gemini, you're making a play for this person. You're deciding to go in very strong. You're deciding to speak your truth, and you are serious. What you're coming in with is the Four of Wands. Now, this is basically, Gemini, you talking to this person about getting really serious quite quickly. This is you saying to this person, I'm sorry I was in my head. I'm sorry I treated you like an option. I'm sorry I kind of wasted all this time. I realize I love you. And it's been playing on my mind that I've lost you. I want to get serious. I want to talk about moving in together. I want to talk about getting engaged. You're my person. You know? Four of Wands. Now the issue is, Gemini, I don't know how long you left it. This might have been anything from 6 months to 3 or 4 years. But they're sat in the Ace of Cups. Now, one of two things. Either they still have love for you, and this is you looking at happily ever after, which would be very exciting, or, unfortunately, this is someone who's just started a relationship with someone else, and there is love between this person and maybe another guy. And this is what they may explain to you. Gemini, I'm sorry, but given what happened, given that you gave me the impression you weren't ready, you weren't really interested in committing, you're playing the field, and there was this really awkward messaging situation that we had where they may have felt a bit insulted, Gemini, that they're remembering very fast messages coming in, very blunt with the King of Swords. What they're saying to you is, I moved on. So this is a challenge. What you're fearing, Gemini, is just that. You clung on to an old cycle, you couldn't make a decision, and so this person has moved on with somebody else. What you're hoping for, Gemini, is that this person does still have love for you, does want to work on this, and you two will be planning your future. I mean, this is what you're hoping for, 10 of Cups. This is kind of happily ever after. The final outcome, Gemini, is the High Priestess. So this could be you sat in the High Priestess energy, trying to use your intuition, trying to figure out whether or not this person does still have feelings for you. But to be honest, Gemini, I feel this is your person. This is somebody who is pulling back, thinking about what you're about to come out with here, and trying to use their intuition as to whether or not they should choose you or stay in this new relationship that they have with somebody else. They may not know what to do. So Gemini, this is you. Virgo, Scorpio, Gemini energy. You are trying to manifest a passionate new start with this person. It's going to be tough because of what happened in the past, the way you guys left it, but you're determined to at least try. This person is thinking about, I believe, either you messaging them, passionate messages from you, and they're wondering what to do, or this is someone who remembers very harsh messages from you because this can be anger. Therefore, they moved on to be with somebody else. This could be this person deciding to move forward with Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, and this is a new love connection for them, which is why they may be sitting on the fence about reconnecting with you because they're now not single. This could be quite a lot of situations we're dealing with here. We'll clarify when we get to that energy. Overall energy, Gemini, Tree of Life. So you feel as if you've learned all your lessons, you've dated enough people, and you realize this is your person. You're ready to make a serious judgment call about this person. They could be a Sagittarius. The problem is the energy that you two have shared recently has been very cold. You may have sent a very blunt message with the energy of the Page of Swords, and they may have come back to you to say, well, yeah, Gemini, not interested in a relationship, we can be friends. And this is you not knowing what to do. Oh, God, no. Last thing I want is this person to put me in the friend zone. It could be this is you wanting to message this person to come back with an apology. I'm so sorry. I think they're going to forgive you, Gemini. I don't think this is a really unpleasant person. I think they simply felt that you two were on different pages. You weren't right for them. They weren't right for you. If you really wanted to be with them, you would have made an effort in the past and you didn't. They've just moved on. But this is you thinking, God, no, I just want this person back. All right, people, we jumping in? We're jumping in. So Archangel Michael, what is the Two of Cups crossed with the Five of Coins for Gemini? Oh, my goodness. And we've got the Queen of Cups, yeah. So you could be wanting to get back together with a Scorpio, Cancer, or Pisces. Yeah, you're wanting to reunite with this person. You're wanting them back in your life. Or what you're thinking about, Gem, is the Three of Cups can be you going out, dating other people, playing the field. It could be this is you thinking, I pushed this person away to mess around with other people because I didn't know if I wanted to commit, and I've lost this person. What is on Gemini's mind? Gemini. The Faith card. Now that's Hierophant energy in the traditional tarot. So you could have Taurus in your chart. This person could have Taurus in their chart. You could be thinking about the concept of marriage, religion, culture. What is on Gemini's mind? Don't know why, that one. The Death card. Scorpio energy. You could be wanting to get serious with a Scorpio, feminine, Gem, or with a Death card. You've completely changed your view on what you wanted. This is you dissatisfied with playing the field. I don't want to play the field. I don't want to be young, free and single anymore. I've met my person. What am I doing? I'm messing around with other people. I've lost the person that I'm supposed to be with. And this is you backpedaling, basically, Gem. You've transformed your energy. You shed your skin. You know you're ready to commit now. What happened in the past with the Sun? Yeah, okay. So 9 of Cups, Gemini. There could have been some overindulgence. You could have just treated this person as a little bit of a light-hearted fling. But looking back, you were incredibly happy with this person. You sat in the 9 of Cups. What happened in the past? Knight of Wands, yeah, but you were in your Knight of Wands energy. You weren't ready to settle, Gemini. You could have had a lot of passion for this person, but you weren't ready. You weren't sat in the right energy. This is you just still dipping into other options. So I think you moved away from this person. You moved away from this person. Yeah, because you weren't sure as to whether or not you wanted to start seriously dating them. There may have been an interest in another area as well, and you decided to work on that connection. Now, this is also you trying to make a decision about what to do because this person could have lived at a distance. We have an ocean here. So you might have thought, well, no, I mean, they live far away from me. It's never going to work out. So I'm just going to date someone nearer me. And then when you moved into this dating scenario, maybe dating a few people, you realized you kept thinking back to this person. So what happened with the Seven of Cups? What happened with the Seven of Cups? Oh, Gemini. The Hermit, okay. So you could have dated a Virgo, but been left out in the cold from a Virgo and realized you wanted to go back to maybe a Queen of Cups. Or you missed this person. No matter how many women you dated, you still felt alone. And this is you sitting in contemplation about what you'd left behind. Okay, maybe you felt, Gemini, that this person got justice. Maybe you received a heavy dose of karma, realizing that by playing around or wanting to put effort into the connection with this person from the past, it was justice. You got your karma. This person moved on, and this is you thinking about that. What's the Ten of Wands all about? What's the Ten of Wands all about? Why is Gemini so stressed? What's Gemini stressed about? Yeah, okay, all right. So Gemini, in the nicest sense, you may have deceived this person, made out at the time as if they were the person you're the woman a man would want to be with, you know, this kind of love bombing energy. And then you just left them. And then you just said, okay, well, have a great life, you know, see you again at some point, not ever assuming that you would go back to them. So Gemini, you're stressed because you're remembering how you left them in the past. What else do we have for my lovely Geminis, Michael, please? Yeah, okay, Five of Wands. Oh, okay. So maybe there was conflict. Maybe you tried to return to this person, but you might have been sat in a bit of ego because you know that you didn't treat them well in the past. And they weren't having any of it. They may have pushed you away. What's Gemini thinking about? Yeah, Gemini, this is your person. Ace of Pentacles. You're conflicted. If I offer to commit to this person, and quite seriously with the Four of Wands, will they push me away? Will they say you've got to be joking? Will they say I've met somebody else? In many ways, Gem, your ego may be fighting your heart. I really don't want to have to approach them because of the way I treated them in the past. I don't really want to have to apologize, but they're my person, so I've got to do the right thing. I can't sit in ego about this. I've got to say to them, I'm really sorry. You're my person. You're mortified, Gem, because you don't really want to have to do this, but you can't see any way around it because you know the way that you treated them in the past wasn't right. So this is a challenge. What is the Four of Wands? What's Gemini coming in with? What's Gemini coming in with to this person? What's Gemini coming in with? Wow, King of Coins. So Gemini, this is you talking to this person about getting serious. What is Gemini going to say? Okay, you may be simply wanting to speak the truth. And the truth is, I didn't know if I wanted a relationship with you before. I didn't know if I was ready. You're humbling yourself, and what you're saying is, I'm so sorry I didn't see your worth before. I don't know if you're going to accept me back. I want a love relationship with you, but I know you've got every right to turn me away. So this is what you're thinking about, and I think saying to this person. What else is Gemini saying to this person, Michael? Oh, my gems. Okay, beautiful. Page of Cups. So Gemini, you're coming in the right energy. You're saying, I want to commit to you. I'm so sorry I didn't see your worth before. You've got every right to push me away. But I have feelings for you. What else is Gemini going to say to this person? I've been looking at the past, Seven of Coins. I've been remembering what happened between us. I've been working on my stability. Wow. What else is Gemini going to say? Knight of Coins. Yeah, Gemini, you're serious. What you're saying is, I want to commit to you. We can take it really slowly. I don't know how you're going to feel about this, but I want to be with you. What else is Gemini saying? Wow. 10 of Swords. Gemini, you may be saying to this person, when I realized I totally lost you and you weren't even communicating with me, I was surprised at how much it hurt me. I didn't realize how much losing you would actually really hurt. I was in pain. And then I realized I loved you. Wow, Gemini. Wow, Gemini. What is Gemini saying? What is Gemini saying? Hangman, Pisces energy. Gemini, what you're saying is, you know that you feel that this is not a possibility because you waited too long, but you're coming in anyway to give it a shot. You're coming in anyway. What is Gemini saying? Yeah, that you've learned all your lessons. This is a wake-up call for you, that you turned away, you disregarded your person. And it wasn't until this person turned their back on you totally that you realized you love them. Okay, how is this person going to respond? How is this person going to respond? Yeah, they're going to admit the truth, which is that when you left, when you pursued other options, they were hurt. They felt a bit depressed about that. What else are they going to say to Gemini? I felt it was destiny that we met. We had this really strong connection. But I forced myself to move into a new cycle. This person could simply have concentrated on their work, their stability, but they were heartbroken. Yeah, 3 of Swords. So they're not going to be shy in letting you know that they felt, I'm hearing, misused, taken advantage of. Okay. Yeah, and because of that, they poured all this hurt and pain and heartbreak into their career. Okay, so what else are they saying to Gemini? What else are they saying to Gemini? What else are they saying to Gemini? What they're saying, Gem, is either that they got strong, the Queen of Wands is strong, could be an Aries, Leo, Sag, or what they are saying to you is that they felt that there was another woman in the mix because you just disconnected so quickly. They felt you were messing around with somebody else. You couldn't make a decision. They didn't want to be the other woman. And so they stood up for themselves. What are they saying to Gemini? The Star, Aquarian energy, that they healed, that they got their life back together again. Yeah. The Chariot could be a Cancerian that you're connecting to. Or what they're saying is that I got myself together, I healed, thinking you just used me as a little bit of light flirtation, a bit of fun. And then you came back to me really quickly with this really blunt message. And I was shocked. Gemini, it might be that you tried to come back together with this person, but you may have been sitting in a bit of ego. You know, you may have sent a really flirty message and they were still sitting in heartbreak. And they might have said to you, yeah, I can meet you, but not now. And you might have taken that as a bit of a dent to your ego. And you basically messaged back something really harsh, like, oh, don't worry about it then if you're not interested, really sarcastic. And they couldn't believe it. I mean, Chariot is somebody rushing in with what I think was a very harsh message. And so on top of the heartbreak, they felt you might have not been very pleasant on email or message. And they thought, well, that's that then. Wow. I didn't even get an apology. I just got a heavy dose of Gemini's ego and a very unpleasant message. Because I think you were angry with yourself for letting this go in the past, but you took it out on them. So, yeah, What is this person saying to Gemini? Is there any chance that they are going to patch things up? All right, they're going to be honest. They're now dating someone else. They have a choice between you and someone else. They don't know what to do. Why? Well, they don't know what to do because they didn't expect you ever to come back. Tower moment. They just did not expect you to return. So they're having to really think about this. What are they going to do in the situation? What are they going to do in the situation? Okay, Gemini, I know you don't want to hear this, but they may feel as if they have to do the right thing, the moral thing, which is if they are dating another, say, guy, they're going to hold back from being intimate with you because they don't want to be unfaithful to the person that they're dating, which of course may annoy you because what you want to do is for them to ditch the other guy to make things work with you. But this is someone who's been burned. This is someone who's been betrayed by you, Gem. And so they're not going to let the other person go that easily because they're not sure they can trust you. So Gemini, this may be a little bit of an awkward reconnection. I think this person's going to accept your apology. They're going to be very open and honest about how they felt. This is you wanting to move to calmer waters with this person. So there's going to be forgiveness. But I don't know. With a high priestess, that's somebody who doesn't talk, somebody who doesn't really communicate that much. It may be you two needing to spend a little bit of time together for this person to try and figure out whether or not they really want to make it work with you, which would mean letting go of the other guy. How do these people feel about each other? What's the mutual energy? You've both been thinking about each other from a distance. You've both been thinking about this at a distance. So I don't think you two live close to each other. Archangel Michael, what is the energy of the High Priestess as the outcome? This is someone using their intuition. What is this energy? Temperance. Gemini, this is someone who may be tempering their energy, not wanting to say yes or no, but building up a connection with you, maybe at a distance. Maybe you guys speak on the phone or on message every few days. She's trying to decide what to do. She may be going out with a Sagittarian man, and this is her thinking, what do I do about that connection? It could be she is going to be simply using her intuition as to whether or not she should build on this connection with you or simply say, thank you for coming back to apologize, but I'm with somebody else now. She's not sat in ego, but she is holding back. What's going to happen here between the two of them? What's going to happen between the two of them? What is this woman going to do? That one, okay. 9 of Wands. She's really stressed, Gemini. She's looking at the past. Because, Gem, I've got to be honest, you didn't treat her very well. She's thinking, God, you know, if I take Gemini back, am I going to be hurt all over again? Actually, Gemini, I don't think you would hurt this person. I think you're determined to prove to her that you want to get serious. But this is somebody who's been hurt. What is she going to say to Gemini? What is she going to say to Gemini? Emperor, are you ready to step up and be an emperor? Because this is somebody looking for an emperor. Are you ready to get serious? Are you in control of your life? Are you sorted out in terms of your life direction? She wants to make sure you're really ready. Because for her, this is a little bit of a shocking, sudden turnaround. You seem to be almost like a different person. And she's not quite sure. It all may seem a bit fast, ironically, even if it's been a few years, you know. You were totally non-committal in the nicest sense, Gem, and suddenly you want to get married? 4 of Wands? Yeah. What's on her mind? You walking away, Gem. That's what's on her mind. You just walking away. She may wonder if you're really ready to leave other options behind. Are you really ready to commit? She may wonder if you have learned all your lessons, you've ascended. She may be thinking about the distance between the two of you. How are we going to make this work if there's distance? What is she going to say to Gemini? She doesn't know what to do because you left her broken-hearted and she's in another relationship. What she's saying to Gemini? She's ready for someone really serious. I mean, she's coming through with Empress energy. She's coming through with Empress energy. Gemini, if there's any age difference between the two of you, she wants to have a serious conversation about that. Because an Empress is normally a woman over 40. There may need to be a talk about, would our relationship be frowned upon by maybe your parents? Are you ready to be with a woman who's a little bit older than you? Could be 5, 6, 7 years, could be 15 years, I don't know, but the Empress is normally a bit older. She is looking for an emperor. She doesn't know, in the nicest sense, Gem, whether or not that's you. How does she feel about this other guy? How does she feel about this other guy? It's going very well. It's a successful relationship. This guy could be doing well in his career. He could be well known. He could be in the spotlight. She thinks this is a successful relationship. So she's a bit shell-shocked that you've come in, Gem, because she wasn't expecting that to happen. What is she going to say to Gemini? How is this going to end? It's going to be tough, Gem. What she's going to say is, I'm not ready to get serious about anyone right now. I'm happy to build up a friendship with you again, but that's all it's going to be because I'm dating another guy. I'm not going to make a serious decision to say get engaged to the guy I'm dating. We're not there yet. We've only kind of just maybe been dating a few months. So what she's saying is she just simply wants time. And I know, Gemini, that's going to frustrate you. But if you really want to potentially try to make it work with this woman, you may have to accept it's going to take time. So what she's saying is, I'm looking for my emperor. I'm weighing up what happened in the past. There is distance between us. I don't know if you really have changed. I am dating another man. I think it's early days, but she feels it would be successful with him. She feels it has potential to get serious. For now, what she's saying is, I'm staying in my Empress 9 of Coins energy, which is somebody abundant, ready for marriage, but they are still officially single. So even though she's dating this other guy, they're not talking about getting married or moving in together. And she's saying, let's spend time together. What is Gemini going to say to that? What is Gemini going to say to that? What is Gemini going to say to that? Gem, you're laying it on thick. This is you saying, I love you. What else is Gemini saying to this woman? What is Gemini saying to this woman? Oh, what is Gemini saying to this woman? Maybe you could date me too? I don't think she's going to be into that, Gemini. This seems to be, I mean, she's an empress. She's ascended. This is not a woman who is playing the field with lots of different men. She's looking for her emperor. This is a one-man woman. And so if you say to her, look, if you're not serious with the other guy, then surely you can date me too, she's just going to say no. And I don't blame her, Gem. This is a woman who's pretty moral. What is she going to say to Gemini suggesting that she dates Gemini too? What is she going to say to that? Six of Cups. No. No. What she's going to say, Gemini, is there is a past life connection between us. It's lovely that you've come back. Thank you for apologizing. I've considered what you said, but I don't want to be in a messy situation. She's an Empress. She's not going to be playing the field, Gemini. This is a woman who was dating to marry. So what she's saying is, look, we can work together, as in we can be in contact, we can spend time together, but it would have to be purely as friends. Because she's dating someone else and it's going very well. So you got your work cut out, Gem. You may decide, Gemini, to let this go. What is Gemini going to say to this woman? What is Gemini going to say to this woman? All right, Gemini, you may say to her, well, I want you to make a choice. It's the guy that you're dating or me. I think, Gemini, if you put this woman on the spot in the nicest sense, she's going to stay in this relationship with this other guy because of what happened in the past with you. The trust has been broken. There was upset. So if you put pressure on her, Ace of Swords, it's him or me, she's going to say, I'm sorry, it's the other guy. If you're happy to coast and just build a friendship with this woman, rebuild the foundation, there could be a chance that she chooses you. But it's up to you. You may not want to wait. What is this woman going to do? Is she going to choose Gemini? She just doesn't know. So Gemini, sadly, this is just going to be time. You may not want to accept that, but it's time for her. She wants to know if you're really serious. Let's get some messages, Gem, okay? Here we go, people, messengers of the heart. What advice do we have from the divine relating to this connection for my beautiful Geminis? Thank you, Michael. Wow, people, twin flame. You don't have to be or do anything for them to love you. Their higher self wants union as much as you do. So, Gemini, they may not have told you, but if this is somebody sat in the High Priestess, they could be very much connected to the light. They could be a light worker. Their soul recognizes your soul as their true divine flame. You are the other half of their soul. You are their divine masculine. So this is going to be a very difficult decision for this woman to make. Twin flames actually very rarely make it in the 3D because being two halves of the same soul, you mirror each other's fears, doubts, insecurities, parental issues, ancestral karma. Everything is mirrored. It can be a wonderful connection in the 3D if two souls are ready to reunite, if they've learned all their lessons. If they haven't, it can be one of the most traumatic connections because you can't detach from each other, but you can't make it work in the 3D. So if this is a twin flame connection, she is going to have to use her intuition as to whether or not you've ascended to the point that you're ready to step into the energy of the Emperor. We do have the Emperor and the Empress. This could very well be a twin flame connection. Other messages from the divine. Serendipity. They're leaving things up to chance and hoping the universe will intervene to bring the two of you together. So she's actually wanting twin union in the 3D, but the trust has been broken, Gem. So she's trying to use her intuition and she's seeking advice from the angelic realm to work out whether or not it's worth putting effort into. Unexpected. The answers you seek are coming, but when the answers arrive, it might be too late or you have moved on. So you may get fed up with being put in the friend zone, Gemini. You may say to her, I don't want to wait. It's up to you. What else do we have for Gemini? Wow, guys, this is an intense reading. Grieving. They're stuck in grief. unable to see that they still have the power to create positive change. Gemini, I'm so sorry, but this is someone who cannot get over the way you treated them before. They just can't get over it. They wish they could. They wish it never happened. But it's almost as if it is burned on their memory. They can't forget the way you treated them. And this is someone struggling with this because this is a twin flame connection. So Gemini, I'm afraid the ball is going to be in your court. Are you ready to give this person the time that they need in order to come around to this connection, to rebuild the trust? Or are you going to leave it and potentially move on to be with somebody else? It'll be up to you. Under the deck, slipped away. Though they never had you, to them you will always be the one that got away. They regret the chances they didn't take. Now, Gemini, in all fairness, I think this is how you feel. You feel as if you have walked away from your perfect person. And this is you grieving because you want them back. It can still happen, Gemini, but you will need to give this person time. Wow. Divine intervention. Look at these universe cards. They are experiencing many tower moments in their life where it's helped them gain clarity on this connection. I think this is you, Gem. I think you realize that this is your person. You may have gone through the dark night of the soul. So, my goodness. Gemini, I'm going to leave it there. I hope that reading's helped someone. Take care of you. Sending love and light your way and many blessings. Bye, Gem.